All right, let's start off with the back edge of our mat, just a little short, little moving warm up. I'm going to start with this easy little side to side, this little tap, and I'm going to add these arms. Let's move those arms up and or over and across. We're going to keep the belly button drawn in tight. We want to think about that string lifting out of the top of your head. Good inhale. Full strong exhale, guys. Let's go ahead and pick that heel up to your bottom. Engaging those hamstrings. Getting this nice full swing side to side. Now I'm going to bring this up and over to a knee lift in front. So big up and over with those arms, pulling that knee up side to side. I want to keep that strong abdominal connection. Big up and over. And let's take it down, back to that little swing across. I'm gonna take the arms out and just keep this little side to side, bringing those elbows in, making a light fist. And I'm gonna add that pivot, that rotation, pushing out across the body. Let's get that extension all the way into the back of that shoulder. Navel to spine here, guys. Deepening that breath cycle. Big inhale, big exhale. I'm going to keep this idea, and I'm going to take that reach overhead. Let's reach out of that side body. Nice and tall here. String out of the top of your head, lifting. I'm going to hold it to one side and take this little repeater knee, elbow to knee. Finding your balance in the standing leg and driving that knee up. Pull it, guys. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2. Now, take it down. Take that little tap side to side. Add a little bob and weave. Just getting down in those legs. Sinking. We're going to come to your other side and get that little repeater knee. So set yourself up, find that balance, reach, and take that little elbow to knee. Drive that knee up, pull, pull. Let's settle this weight into the supporting leg, finding that balance. 8, 7, 6, 5, come on, 4, 3, 2, and bring it in. I'm going to take that easy side to side. All right, so let's turn and take this into this little split stance. Shoulders are back. Now we're going to revisit this position here in just a bit with our weights. So I'm going to lower and lift. This is our anterior raise. I'm leading up with my thumbs, lift up and down. Nice and tall here, reach and lower. Now, same idea with the legs. We're going to do a lateral raise to the side and down. Sinking that back knee toward the floor, making sure that our front knee doesn't extend past our toes. One more, and I'm going to settle my weight into this back leg. I'm going to hinge at the hips and take a little stretch for my hamstrings. I'm going to keep the belly button drawn in. I want to keep my back really straight. Nice and tall. String out of the top of your head and bring it up. And let's go back to this little side to side. We're going to get ourselves set up for the other side. So just take that rotation and find your split stance. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to start with that little anterior raise. So working on settling that back knee down toward the floor. You're in charge of this, so you decide how low it's going to go. Now I want to make sure that as I'm coming down, I'm not pitching forward. So straight down, straight up. Anterior raise, focusing on these deltoids here in the front, your anterior delts. We're going to go to our lateral raise. to the side and down. A little more focus in your medial deltoids and latissimus dorsi. Nice and tall, guys. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to settle my weight back. I want to sink into this back leg, my right leg, straightening out my left. Leaning forward with a long, straight spine. I'm hinged at the hips. Now I've got my foot flexed. You can extend if you'd like, but I find it a little better stretch with a flexed foot. Bringing it up nice and tall. Shake it out. Give yourself some shoulder rolls, anything you might need here. All right, I'm going to take the arms up on a big inhale. We're going to exhale, fold. I'm coming down with a straight back, hands to my shins, and I'm going to sink and lift. So just dropping my hips and lift. So sink and lift. One more, sink and lift, fold forward, fingertips touch the floor. The neck relaxes. You can add a little shake of the head if you'd like. Soften your knees. Slide your hands up and unfold. Nice and slow. Let's do that one again. A big inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinging forward, swan dive. Hands can come to your thighs, to your shins, or to the floor. I want to work on keeping my back extended, nice long straight spine. And again, I'm going to add that little lower and lift. Waking up those knees a little bit. Lower and lift. Now, go ahead and take that forward fold, fingertips to the floor, shake the head no if you'd like. Pressing your belly a little closer to your thighs. Soften your knees, slide your hands up and unfold. One vertebra at a time. Nice and tall, shoulders back. All right, so we are going to get our weights and bring them into the mix. So we're going to go with a little flow today. So we're going to be repeating the leg patterns, and I'm going to add some variations on the arms, just a few. So go ahead and take your weights. And I'm going to start at what I'm calling the top edge of my mat. Shoulder blades are down and back. Now I'm just going to take a couple of easy little chair squats with this half biceps curl, and then back to the top. And down and up. Now I don't want to grasp my equipment, so I just have the weights kind of settled into the crook of my thumb and forefinger. Now hold it here. I'm going to externally rotate as I step out. So I'm coming into this wide stance. Get yourself settled and continue with your little external rotations. Nice and tall, elbows near your ribs. Now I'm just settling. I'm holding my legs in this position for now. Now bring it in, knuckles down. We're going to add squats with this upright row. So I'm only pulling up about rib height so that I can keep my wrists and forearms neutral. And you don't have to zip this up super high. I want to add a little squeeze through that upper middle back. Nice and tall. Now, let's go ahead and bring it to the top, lower the arms, turn the palms over, and now make it a biceps curl. Nice and tall. I've got my knees and toes pointing out to the corners of the room. Shoulder blades down and back. All right, so I'm going to bring this into a curl. I'm going to hold it here as I rotate into that split stance. Go ahead and extend your arms, and then we're going to add that anterior raise. Hold the legs in position. So just holding them here as you focus on the shoulders, lifting and lowering with control. Abs are tight. Now we're going to add that little dip with a lateral raise. So you're going to lower and lift, lower and lift. Knee lowers to the floor, press back up. Taking those arms or the hands about shoulder height. Lower and lift. Give yourself 2 more, please. Woo. And I'm going to step it in, come into a chair squat, and we're going to do triceps extensions. So just sinking into your chair. Now, if you need to add a little support, you can do one arm. We're gonna do this again. You can get the other arm on our second set. And we're gonna bring this up, weights to your shoulders, turn your elbows wide, and we're gonna do an overhead press, standing tall for right now. And then I'm gonna add just a little sink, and then up on my toes. Sink and toes. Down and up. Down and up. Two more. Down and up. Last one. And up. Bring it in. That was your first set. So we're going to do that again. We'll go through this a couple times and add some variations. All right? So starting off with our chair squat and a couple of little external rotations. Now I'm going to turn my back to you as we step out to the other side. So here's that little external rotation, finding my stance. Now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to add upright rows with this wide squat. And up. Remember those wrists and forearms. Stay nice and solid, neutral. And lift, lower, lift. Now come to the top. Lower the arms, go into your biceps curls. Curl and lower. Curl, lower the arms with control. Trying not to grasp your equipment. Easy hold, wrist and forearms. Let's get 3 more. Belly in tight. And last one. Now I'm going to curl and rotate into position. And then we're going to extend. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice and tall, guys. Abs in tight. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Now arms come down. Lateral raise with that little dip. So dip and lift. Nice and tall. Shoulder blades down your back. 2 more. Last one. And curl in as we step into our chair. We're going to sink and make it a triceps extension. Nice and long here, guys. And bring it up. Arms wide, elbows wide. Start with a couple of overhead presses here. And then I'm going to add a little sink up on the toes. Sink, toes. Down and up. Really strong. Down and up. 2 more. Down, up. Last one. And bring it in. Bring it down. Give yourself a quick little release. Shoulders. Give them a little roll. Hands, if they need a quick little break. Flexion, extension. Wrist rotations. All right. So we're going to go through that again. So you've got the basic idea with the legs. The legs aren't going to change. I'm going to add just a couple of little variations on the arms. So starting off, find your base of balance is hip to shoulder width stance. And I'm going to sit in a chair, add a couple of easy little rotations out. Now, rotate and step it out. Take a couple of these little rotations here. Now, I'm going to go down, zip it up, and zip it up. Belly in tight, nice and tall. Now, flip your hands over for your biceps. And curl. Down and curl. All right, so I'm going to keep this wide stance. I'm going to cross my weights. I'm going to go down, circle around and up. Down, circle the other way, and up. So down, circle, and up. Down, circle, and up. So hold, circle, and up. Down, circle, and up. One more each direction. Down, circle, and up. Last one. Down, circle, and up. Now I'm just going to split my weights, turn my position, and we're going to take the arms into this, keep your legs straight, And take the anterior lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift, nice and tall. Lift and lower. All right, from here, lateral raise, lower, lift, lower, lift. Nice and tall. String out of the top of your head, lower, and lift. Now, we're gonna add something here at the top. I'm gonna lift, curl, extend, and down. So lift, curl, extend, and down. Lift, curl, extend, and down. Two more. Lift, curl, extend, down. Last one. Lift, curl, extend, and down. Stepping in, finding your chair, little triceps kick back. And now if you were single on the first side, so if you were only using one arm to extend, the other arm to support, make sure that you're switching sides. Otherwise, we're both arms here. This is a bit of unsupported forward flexion, so it can be a little tough on that back. Now, go ahead and bring this up. Ready? Overhead press, press, press. Now we're gonna add those legs. I'm gonna go down, up on the toes, down, toes, whoo, down. Find your balance, and press. Two more. Press. Last one, and down. Let's give ourselves just a quick little roll. We're gonna get that other side, that last side. Shoulder blades down and back. I'm gonna settle halfway into my chair. Little external rotation. Now, let's step this out to the other side. Nice and wide. Externally rotate. And hands down. We're gonna do upright rows. Down and up. Down and up. Nice and tall, guys. Flip it over. Biceps curls. Straight posture, nice and tall. And I'm going to bring it to cross the weights. I'm going to go down and hold, circle, and up. Down and hold, circle the other direction, and up. Down, circle, and up. Down, circle, and up. Down, circle, and up. Down, circle, belly in tight. Down, circle, and circle back. Let's get one more, please. Down, circle, circle back. Bring it up, and change your stance. Split stance. Separate your weights. Shoulder blades nice and low, and straight arm. Just the lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice and long. Front of the shoulder. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Ready? Lateral raise. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Really tall. Abs in. Now adding lift, curl, extend, down, lift, curl, extend, down, lift, curl, extend, down, lift, curl, extend, down. Last time, lift, curl, extend, and down. Bring it in. Triceps kickbacks. Leading with that pinky. Press it. Nice and long here, guys. 4, 3, 2, and bring it up. Overhead press. We go up, up. Nice and tall. Add those legs. Down, up on the toes. Press, press. Belly in tight, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Let's set those weights down. Give yourself a quick little break. I'm gonna grab a drink of water and my towel. Give yourself this moment to rest and recover. All right. Shoulder blades, giving them a little roll through the shoulders here. We're going to come down to our knees. Whew. I think I will keep my towel nearby. So let's go ahead and come down to our knees. And I only need one weight. We're on hands and knees, and we're going to do basically a reverse fly. So I'm going to think about this area through the back and the middle traps and into a little bit of lats, a little bit of back of the shoulders. So we're going to come into this, and I'm going to find my weight. You can always adjust your weights if you need. For me, I personally like a little bit heavier weight on this one. So I'm going to take my elbow with a slight bend, and I'm going to thread and lift and thread and lift. Now I want no rotation in my body here. All right, so I've got the arm. Let's extend that leg. Lift. So I've got my left arm making the move, and I've got my right leg in extension. Now I'm going to add a lift, 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 lift. Let's get two more. Lift and lift. All right, that might have been 3. I lost count. I'm going to bring that leg up, and I'm going to curl my heel and extend. Curl and extend. Curl and extend. Nice and long through the top of the head. Curl and extend. Now, I'm going to lower my leg, and I'm going to tuck this weight in the back of that right knee. All right, so we're just kind of passing that weight from top to bottom, and this time lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice and long through the top of the head. Lift and lower. Now we're getting some nice glutes and hips and quads. We can't forget about the side of our legs. So lift and lower. Lift and lower. Really strong here, guys. Belly in tight. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. Bring it down. Take that weight. Set it to the floor. I'm going to take a quick little child's pose. Giving your hands, wrists, and forearms a little break as well. You can always add some of these stretches if you find that being on your hands is a little tough on those wrists, and it can be after a while, so just make sure you're giving yourselves those breaks. All right, so the weight is going to go into your opposite hands, your other hand, and I'm going to start off in my tabletop position. So I'm now in my right hand. I'm going to bend that elbow, thread, and lift, thread, and lift. Nice and long through the top of the head, belly button drawn in tight. Now I'm going to extend my left leg, get it ready, and I'm going to add a lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Really strong, and lift, lower, lift, and this time, go ahead and set that weight down, bring that leg up, heel curl, extend, heel curl, extend, nice and long, heel, extend, belly button drawn in tight, string out of the top of your head. Now, let's go ahead and lower that leg. I'm going to tuck my weight in the back of that knee. All right, here we go, lift and lower. So I really have to curl my heel toward my bottom to hold that weight in place. So I'm engaging my hamstrings, and I'm actually contracting through my glutes. Lift and lower, lift and lower. 2 more, lift and lower. Move it to the side. Little fire hydrants, lift and lower, lift and lower. Spread the weight through your fingers here, guys, and lift and lower, lift and lower. 2 more, lift and lower. Last one. Take that weight away. Let's take a child's pose. All right, so we're gonna come out to hands and knees and press into your downward facing dog. Spread your weight through your hands, and we're gonna let's take a couple of cat and cow breaths. I'm gonna look ahead, turn the tailbone up on an inhale, and then exhale, curl your tailbone, curl your chin, round your back. Big exhale, guys. So just move with this for a couple of breaths, and round, drawing that belly button up toward the ceiling. And inhale, and exhale. Now this is the one we're gonna inhale, turn the toes if they're not already, and then exhale, press and keep pushing back and into your downward facing dog. Take a moment, pedal through those legs. Spread the weight through your fingers, really pressing into this stretch. Getting those heels. Now I'm gonna take both heels down, pushing your chest in the direction of your feet. Double lift and lower. Nice and long here, guys. Now I want to shift between this down dog and my plank just a few times. And if you need to take a break, feel free. So I'm going to shift forward into my plank, looking out ahead, and then back into my down dog. Make any adjustments that you need. And plank, long and strong, and down dog. Scoot that belly, and plank, and down dog. Now this time, last plank. I'm gonna shift into my down dog. Left foot to center, right foot is going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. All right, guys, lift, bend the knee, and open that hip. I'm gonna look under that arm. Shift forward into a pigeon. So settle in. Now here is where your blocks can be handy if you need to sit one under your hips. This will help you keep those hips square if you're not quite to the floor. So wherever you feel like you need to be here, nice and tall. Now I want to keep my posture tall, and here's also where the blocks can be handy. I use the blocks to press myself back to keep this tall posture. This one tends to pitch us forward just a little bit. Nice and long. All right, so I'm gonna bring my blocks down. You can also bring your forearms to the floor or just rest in your hands so that's not as relaxing. And we're gonna add some little heel curl and extend. Heel curl and extend. So I'm engaging my hamstring to pull that heel in. And you might not get it up very tall and that's or very high, and that's okay. Really try to focus on that strength and reach. And strength and reach. One more, curl and extend. I'm gonna take one more little press up, getting that stretch through. Actually, it's not as much a stretch as it is engaging. Stretching through the spine, through the abdominals, lifting. All right, I'm gonna release my blocks. I'm gonna turn my back foot under, get my weight settled into my hands, and press to lift into my down dog. So take your time here and stretch. So all that stretch or all that strengthening you were working in the hamstrings, take a moment, settle into that nice long down dog. I'm gonna take that double lift and lower. So just as we did before, we're gonna shift between our down dog and our plank. So you can make adjustments as you need. Now, press and hold. Shift forward. Here's your plank. Nice long line. And back into your down dog. Shift forward. And back. Nice and long. Forward. Scoop that belly. And back. Now this time, forward. And we're going to come back. Right foot more to center. Left foot is going to lift and lower. Nice and long. Now, lift that foot, bend the knee, and look under that supporting arm, or under that left arm. Shift forward into your pigeon, settling your weight into the hips, nice and tall, using your blocks if you would like, if you have them handy. Otherwise, if you don't have them handy, you can turn your fists into the floor and bring them closer toward your hips. The closer to your hips, the taller you can prop yourself. Now, your back might not agree with this, so walk it forward if you need to. Nice and long through the top of the head. All right, so I'm going to bring my blocks in and just lean my forearms down into my blocks. You can also come all the way down to the floor, and I'm going to curl and extend. Curl and extend. Now really try to curl that heel straight toward your hips. Mine tends to curl in and over toward my opposite cheek. So curl and extend. Curl and extend. So heel to the same side cheek. And give yourself two more. And curl and extend. Last one. I'm going to come up one more time. Pressing tall, lifting through the top of your head, guys. Really trying to square those hips. And from here, I'm just going to lean into my hip and drag this leg forward. Okay, so we are going to come into a butterfly position. All right, so sitting in your butterfly, and for this one, I just want to start by helping my knees open. Nice and tall. So with the butterfly, if you find that it kind of pitches you forward, the block is handy again. You can bring it under your hips and sit up nice and tall. And this might actually give you some of that leverage to press those knees open. So let's say that you're really flexible and your knees are already all the way down. Here is where the other block comes in handy. So I'm going to bring it in a little closer. And now I've got this much space to help those knees down even further. Now for me, I actually find that this is kind of nice because it challenges my balance a little bit, and it gives me just that little extra place that I can push those knees open on the days when I'm feeling pretty stretchy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Nice and tall. Think about that string out of the top of your head. And if you find yourself kind of waving on your blocks, really try to settle in and find that balance. Now I'm going to stay on my blocks, but if you want to come down, you certainly can. I'm going to take my right hand behind and my left hand to my right knee, and I'm going to look over that shoulder. And I still have to work on some balance here, otherwise I might tip in that right direction just a little bit. I'm going to release with control, coming back to the front. I'm going to take my left hand behind, right hand over left knee. So you can actually lift the knee, find that balance or find that point, that anchor, and then turn and look. I want to take my gaze over that back shoulder. I'm going to do it again. Right hand behind the hip, left hand finds that right knee, and look over that back shoulder. Scooping the belly in tight, and we'll release. Take it all the way around. So left hand finds the floor, right hand finds the knee, and we twist. All right, so coming back to the front, I'm going to take myself off of my blocks and just set those to the side. I'm going to cross my left foot under my right leg, and I'm going to bring my right leg across for this little twist. So right leg is in front. I'm going to bring my left shoulder around to hug the knee. And I want to think about this outer hip and glute stretch as I pull that leg in. At the same time, I'm getting this nice big rotation, pulling that elbow, pulling the shoulder toward this knee. Now, if you're here and this is really easy stretch for you, I'm going to take my right hand behind my hip and bring my left elbow on the outside of this knee. I'm going to continue that twist to look, stretch, and breathe. One more breath cycle, guys. And carefully, slowly, with control, I'm going to lean back, release, and change sides. So I've got my right heel under my left leg and my left hip. I'm going to bring this left leg across, and I'm going to bring my right shoulder toward that left knee. So situating, finding that twist. And it doesn't have to be in super tight. So if you're not real twisty here, or you find that you need a little extra space, just kind of let that leg out and continue bringing the shoulder in the direction of that knee if you need just a little more space. All right, so for here, I'm going to pull it in, for me, nice and close. I'm going to take that left hand behind my left hip, looking out over the shoulder, and then I'm going to bring that right elbow outside that knee and continue that twist and look. One more breath cycle. And carefully, slowly, I'm going to lean back and release. I'm going to find that butterfly. Again, pressing those knees open, nice and tall through the top of the head. Hands come to the front, and I'm going to lean into my hands, working my way down into my elbows, forearms. Now here is where the blocks can be handy, again, if you need that. If you're down here on your elbows, even if you're up on your blocks, you can slide the blocks out and reach. I'm working on bringing my belly a little closer to my feet. And I'm going to walk my hands back. And I'm just going to cross my ankles comfortably. I have my one foot stacked in front of the other. I'm going to take a little side bend, circle forward, side bend, and this time I'm going to circle that arm back. Little side lean and circle, side lean and back. One more this direction, side lean, circle forward, side lean, and circle back. Lean back, change the top leg or the front leg. Let's take that lean in the other direction. Lean and circle, lean and circle back. So just trying to circle that arm open to the back of the room as you can. One more this direction, guys. Lean and circle, scoop that belly, lean and circle back. Give yourself a couple of easy little shoulder rolls. I'm going to come over to the ball of the foot, settling the weight into my heels, feeling that little stretch, finding that foot and ankle stability, and fingertips can lift to come up for balance. I'm going to set my fingertips on the floor and lift my hips into a forward fold. I'm going to take a moment, let the head relax forward, shaking the head no. Both heels down, bringing your nose a little closer to your knees. Soften your knees, slide your hands up and unfold. One vertebra at a time, guys. Coming up to stand tall. Let's take a big inhale, arms reach overhead. And exhale with control. Let's do it one more time, guys. Biggest breath of the day, big inhale. Big exhale. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a great weekend. Thank you.